Hello everyone, welcome back to Maximum Automation. Today in this video, I'm going to discuss the conditional statements in Python. Almost every language provides conditional statements which we can use for decision making. So if one condition is met, then we can run defined steps, and if that condition did not meet, then we can run the other statements. So based on the condition, whether it is true or false, we can decide which statement should run. So let's start with the first conditional statement, which is an if-else statement. Similar to other languages, we can use the if-else condition in Python as well. And to do that, what we can do is, let's say we have two variables where a is equal to 100 and then the other variable b is equal to 75. So we have these two variables. Now, what we need to do is, let's say we need to perform the subtract operation. And first, we need to check which variable is greater than the other one. Because if a is greater than b, then I'll perform a minus b. And if b is greater than a, then I'll perform b minus a. Now to add these conditions statements, we can use if-else block. If a is greater than b, colon, first we have to write if, and then we have to write our condition. Here the condition is that if a is greater than b, and then we have to provide the colon. Now, please make sure that we need to use the indentation over here. We cannot start writing these statements from here like, let's say, variable c equal to a minus b. You can see that it says indentation expected. So we have to use the indentation in the if block because the indentation will define the scope or boundary of the if block. In other languages, we have curly braces to define the if block scope. But in Python, we have to use the indentation. Then let's say I'm going to print the value of c. So the condition we have added is if a is greater than b. Let's say if a is not greater than b, in that case, what we can do, we can add else block. And then we can perform c equal to b minus a. And then we'll print c. After that, let me add another print statement where it's going to print that a is greater than b. And in the else block, I'll add another print statement for b is greater than a. Now let me run it. You can see it printed a is greater than b. The value of c here is 100 minus 75, which is 25. So based on our condition, this if block got executed. Now, if I remove extra 0 from here, then this time else statement should run. Let me run it. Now we can see here it printed b is greater than a, and the value printed as 75 minus 10 equals to 65. So whenever a is greater than b, then these statements are going to run. And for other conditions, these statements will run. Let's say when b is not greater than a and a is also not greater than b, which means that both a and b are equal. In that case, this statement will print, but this is not correct. So in that case, what we can do is we can add another condition here using else if block. The else if condition runs when the previous condition is not met. When this condition won't be true, then it will jump to the next condition. To add if else condition in Python, we have to use the keyword elif, and then we have to provide the condition. Here I can write A equal to B, then colon. This time I can either use A minus B or B minus A because both are equal. And here I'm going to print A and B are equal. So here in this if else statement, we have one if condition, then else if condition, and then else condition. If this condition does not meet, then this will switch to this condition where A is equal to B. If this is also not met, then it will jump to the else condition. Now, if I run it, you can see the last condition is met, where B is greater than A. When the first condition was validated that A is greater than B, then this returned false, and the condition did not meet. After that, it checked A is equal to B. Again, this returned false. Then it moved to the else block, and these statements got executed. Now, if I make both the variable values equal, now you can see this time it printed A and B are equal, and the value of C is 0. After that, in if-else condition, we can also add nested if-else statements. Let's say if I have another variable called C, and the value of that variable is 100, and let me change this value to 10. Let's say now I want to find the greatest number among these three variables, and let's say if A is greater than B, then I want to check if A is greater than C also. And for that, I can add the nested if-else condition. So when A is greater than B, then here I'll check again if A is greater than C as well. And if it is greater than C, that means A is the greatest variable. And let's say if A is not greater than C, then I can add an else condition over here, which means that A is not greater than C, so C is the greatest variable. And similarly, here also I can check the greater variable between B and C. Let's say if I remove it, and now suppose if A is greater than B, then it will come to this block. But if B is greater than A, then it will come here. And then here I can add nested conditions as if B is greater than C. So when B is greater than C, then this will print that the variable B is the greatest. But if B is not greater than C, then it will move to the else block, which means that C is the greatest variable. So this is how we can use the nested if-else condition. And now if I run it, then you can see it printed that the C is the greatest variable. And if I change the value of variable B to 175, then here it printed that B is the greatest variable. And now if I change the value of variable A to 210, then you can see it says A is the greatest variable. So this is all about the if-else statement in Python. Then the next conditional statement which I'm going to discuss is the match statement. Like we have switch statements in Java and other languages, similarly we have match statements in Python. To use match statements, we can use match keyword. Let's say we have a variable as browser, and then I can provide the value to this variable browser as Chrome. And now I'm going to write the match statement to add different statements based on the different values for the browser variable. So let me write the statement match and then the variable name browser, add colon, Now, based on this browser value, we can define different cases. Here also, we need to make sure the indentation is provided as we have given in the if-else statement. Else, it will throw the error. And then we can add a case. And let's say if the browser value is Chrome, then I can print browser type is Chrome. Then let's say the other case is if the browser value is Firefox. In that case, I'll add the print statement as browser type is Firefox. Then let me add two more cases. One is for the browser value as Edge. And then another case where the browser value is Safari. So this way, we can write the match statement in Python. And now if I run it, then it should match to this case Chrome. And then it should print this statement into the console. See here, it printed browser type is Chrome into the console because the value available in the browser variable was Chrome. And now if I change this value to Edge, then you can see this time it printed the browser type is Edge. We can also add multiple conditions in match cases. Let's suppose if we have the same code to run for Chrome and Firefox. In that case, what we can do is we can add multiple conditions using OR operator. If my browser contains either Chrome or Firefox, then this statement will run. Now, if I run it, then we can see this printed browser type is Chrome, Firefox. Now, if I change it to Firefox, then again we can see that it printed browser type is Chrome or Firefox. Because we have added OR condition over here that if browser value is either Chrome or Firefox, then this statement should get executed. So we can combine multiple values by using the OR operator in the match statement. So this is how you can use the conditional statements in Python. I hope you liked this video. Please put your comments in the comment box. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.